The Pinoy Boomer!
No common sense at all. If you're studying in abroad, the only thing that you should do is focus on finishing your studies, graduate, get your degree. And the last thing that you need to do is join a protest rally, especially if it is an anti Israel protest rally. Eliana Atienza seems to have forgotten to bring her common sense with her when she entered the University of Pennsylvania, or UPenn for short. Hello, everyone. This is the Pinoy Boomer, and let's talk about this article or this news about Eliana that seems to be missed by our local media for some reason. Now, who is Eliana Atienza? Eliana Atienza is the daughter of our beloved Kuya Kim Atienza and the granddaughter of the late Lito Atienza. In these two news articles from the Daily Mail and the New York Post, basically, this girl was kicked off UPenn, which is, by the way, an Ivy League school, and we know what it means if you got into an Ivy League school. It's either you're very smart or you're very rich to afford it, or both. Now, I will let you guys decide which of those three categories Eliana falls into. And according to these two articles, she was basically one of the ringleaders, or shall we say, organizers of the anti-Israel protest over the UPenn school ground, in which in which they have set up illegal encampments in the school ground, and they also have the protesters have attempted to occupy one of the school buildings. Eliana Atienza was one of the six students suspended from campus on May 9, or last May 9th, due to their participation in the illegal encampment in support of the anti-Israel protests. Guys, I would like to share to you two videos that you can look. Here are the links being popped in the screen, the two links. And you can watch those videos to have an idea how the protest looks like before the police and the school administration were able to break it off. Eliana Atienza, let's go back to the articles, which reads that she became homeless because of her being kicked out of UPenn since her ID was deactivated, meaning she cannot badge in to the campus in order for her to go to her dormitory. And she's also crying of any administrative violence being done to her and to her fellow protesters because of their ideals that they are shouting in the protest against Israel. Now, if I were the school administration, since I have already asked them to break off the illegal encampment, and stop the attempt of occupying a school building, I think it is within their rights to use the school policy and the and with the assistance of the police to break off the encampment and suspend students since they didn't comply. And obviously, Eliana Atienza, for whatever reason that went to her head, she resisted. And therefore, now kicked off UPenn. And her claims of being homeless after being kicked off campus, Kuya Kim and his wife are very rich. And I doubt that her claims of being homeless is valid because unless she has a problem with her parents, I don't believe that any parent will, especially if you are as loaded as Kim Atienza and his wife. They're both loaded. They're rich. I don't believe that they can't afford to send money to their daughter to stay at an hotel temporarily until they have fixed their issue with the University of Pennsylvania, or to transfer her to another university, or to send her home. The the drama, sorry, I would just like to say it out loud. It's the drama of saying I was homeless because of my beliefs, of my support against Israel. uh, Girl, remember, I don't know if you were taught this, but Eliana, remember, you should know how to pick your battles, and you should have used your common sense. You should have instead focused on studying, getting a degree, and pursuing your career based on the degree that you finished, not participating, or rather, not being one of the organizers of any kind of protest rally, especially this kind of rally against Israel over what over defending themselves against what Hamas did to their civilians. My goodness. To be honest, I'm ashamed to be associated with Eliana Atienza as a fellow Filipino because, to be honest, again, this is the first time that I heard a Filipino born foreigner studying abroad participating in protest rallies and being kicked out because of their resistance, because of their defiance over school policy and police. Thank goodness she was not arrested by the police. She was only suspended. If you're going to read the two articles, by the way, guys, these are two articles. I'm going to share the link in the description if you want to read it and have a grasp on the details about what happened to her. So, the moral of the lesson, again, Eliana Chensa or any Filipino that will be given the opportunity to study abroad, please bring your common sense with you, and also choose your battles. Do not join protest rallies in another country. My goodness, you're not a citizen there unless she is. I'm just assuming she's not because in the article they didn't say that she's a naturalized American citizen. So yeah, going back to my point, if you're a Filipino that's going to study abroad and into an Ivy League school, bring your common sense, choose your battles, and don't join any protests. Just simply focus on finishing your studies, graduate, and start your career in the US if you want to start a career. I hope Kuya Kim is not suffering any kind of hypertension or headaches, high blood, of because yes, any parent would be ballistic if their kid did this kind of crazy stuff instead of just study. Thank goodness my kids are taught well and they have common sense. Uh, okay, so guys, please do check out my other videos in my channel. And if you have any thoughts with regards to this news about Eliana Atienza, please do leave a comment and let's have a healthy discussion over 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 her being kicked out of UPenn. So this is the Pinoy Boomer signing off for now, and I hope that I could talk to you guys again soon. Bye bye.